They said you wouldn't make it so far.
Are you interested in finding a school to enhance your education? Not sure where to start? Well, today your search is over. CDP Maths Lab eSchool offers classes for C.S.C, CAPE, and GSET subjects, along with training in early childhood education and data operation. Listen to what CDP Maths Lab students have to say about their most fulfilling experience. Are you interested in finding a school to enhance your education? Not sure where to start? Well, today your search is over. CDP Maths Lab eSchool offers classes for C.S.C, CAPE, and GSET subjects, along with training in early childhood education and data operation. Listen to what CDP Maths Lab students have to say about Are you interested in finding a school to enhance your education? Not sure where to start? Well, today your search is over. CDP Maths Lab eSchool offers classes for C.S.C, CAPE, and GSET subjects, along with training in early childhood education and data operation. Listen to what CDP Maths Lab students have to say about their most fulfilling experience.
While I was attending, it was almost the best experience I ever had. Like I was in class, but I wasn't. I would give the school the full 10 out of 10 because the teachers take the opportunity to help the ones that really needed it. To the upcoming students, this is the best decision you have made, and it will benefit you in the near future.
CDP Maths Lab eSchool was founded by Ronique Bernard in August 2009 with a vision to see our students receive a solid education with an emphasis on developing their cognitive skills. The school is committed to developing individuals who will have a positive impact on the society.
The class it really helped me, and if you are going to C.S.C, I really recommend this class, so you could always give it a try. The prices are really reasonable, and it is really worth it for online class. Like myself, you would be proud because on that day or on that night when results are out and you log in and you open your results, that feeling, it really is great. It is more of an experience that you would really want to relive.
Of course, I went through it and I passed my exams. So I will highly recommend this to anyone. If you have a problem or so, they will take their time out. They will take their time out to tell you. Plus, they have history of also past students who have also passed their exams in once.
I have been attending for 6 months, and my most fulfilling moment would be the interaction between the teachers and the students, as the environment is very comfortable and welcoming. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, I would rate this institution, along with the teaching techniques, skills, and tolerance of the teachers, a perfect score of 10. If I had the opportunity to recommend someone to this class, I would, because I can assure you that you will leave 10 times better than how you had entered. Now that I am leaving, one thing that I would recommend is a classroom interaction at least twice a month, as some students tend to do better with face-to-face interactions. This program would be the best decision one could choose, as the teachers are excellent at what they do, and they will go to the extreme to ensure that you understand what was taught, even if that means staying up with you all night. To CDP Maths Lab. Thank you.
Despite his late start, Shonday was able to successfully complete his exam.
Trust me, it's a really good program, because if I entered a month before exam and I passed the exam, that says everything for itself. The program speaks for itself practically then.
Just start to believe.
CDP Maths Lab eSchool is convenient and economical. We provide flexible learning options in a relaxed environment. With over 80% pass rate, we offer free demo classes before payment, one-to-one interactive tutoring, clinical teaching sessions to strengthen weak areas, and step-by-step video and worksheet exercises.
So of course, we really are the one to choose. Experience teaches wisdom. So we offer a free online orientation to our prospective students to support your decision. Of course, you cannot make a decision without experience. It is always best to make an informed decision. Now, of course, we are working towards offering you through education. That means we believe in the mental, the physical, and spiritual powers. We believe that we should develop all three harmoniously. And of course, in the past and in the present and in the future, we'll continue to involve our students in praying before classes begin. We look at a Bible text, we discuss it, we get the message from it, and we continue in our class. We are trying to exercise a Christ-centered, faith-based institution. Now, we believe that students in these hard times, normally the grocery is always the top on the list and the hardest to budget for. And so we want to educate our students in how to plant healthy food materials like vegetables, ground provisions, legumes, you name it, to help them to be able to recognize that they can provide for themselves and family without spending too much money. And so we want to push forward agriculture as a part of our program. So we're going to dub that backyard farming, side yard farming, front yard farming, everywhere in the yard farming. And so we look forward to ensure that we deliver that successfully as we have done. Register with us now.
Are you ready to start your journey with CDP Maths Lab eSchool? Call us at 324-8441 or email us at cdpmathslab@hotmail.com. CDP Maths Lab eSchool, designed with your educational needs in mind.
Evening, man. Hello.
Good night, sir.
Yes, good night. I was wondering if you guys think was going to call anybody or text anybody, you know?
No, sir.
Okay. I guess certainly would not have done that today.
Okay, sir.
I'm not the one doing the exam, you know? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Give me a second here, please. Okay. Well, I'd like to start, I'd like to start. Love to start. I'll give you them about 5 minutes more, and then we'll start, all right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Teresa is on. So Teresa, come on. Hello? All right. Good night, Teresa. How are you doing? Teresa, good night.
Good night, sir. I'm doing okay.
Your prize finish already?
See?
Your prize finish already?
No, I don't
What?
start use it as yet.
Oh, wait, no, sir. Okay, then. All right. Okay. All right. So, good night, ladies. We're going to start our devotion. Hopefully, the other two persons will join us while we're having our devotion tonight. All right. Um, but you'll pray for me because the school where I teach insists that we return to face to face, and I was not really for it. And now I'm feeling a bit, don't know what this feeling is, but I don't think I'm really sick. But let us see. So pray for me, my health, please, and thank you. All right. I was studying my lesson yesterday, and while studying the lesson, I I learned something. It's not wise to be arrogant. It's not wise to exercise pride, and respecting yourself is different from pride. The devil allow persons to use the word pride loosely. Use the word pride loosely, and it's not a good word. But the Bible says, before a fall, pride comes before a fall, and humility is very important. When you're not humble, shame will come your way. And there was this king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, and his sons. God had made them ruler, but they have grown to become very arrogant, believing that they were higher and mightier than God. And of course, God dealt with them. And so we have to humble ourselves before God, humble ourselves in all circumstances. So humility is very important. Right? So whether you're at school, at work, wherever you are, exercise humility. Maybe if this woman, unfortunately, who lost her life, had practice based on what is coming out in the news. I mean, it's very unfortunate. I mean, there's no reason for anyone to do such cruel actions to anyone at all. There's no reason for that. However, sometimes if we practice humility, would have allowed us to live on one day longer. So humility is very important to practice. All right. It is the best weapon against your enemies when you practice humility. One last thought before we pray. I was saying to my students at school yesterday that our worst enemy is not someone else, but ourselves. And why I say we are our worst enemy is because we are the one who makes the decisions. We make a decision whether to do something wrong or right. We make a decision to choose the wrong company or the right company. So we are our worst enemies and also our best friend. Self can be good or bad. So let's try our best not to be the worst enemy, but the best friend. As the Bible says, love thy neighbors as thyself. The self can either be your worst enemy or your best friend. So it's best to make wise decisions. Let us pray to commence the class. Most kind and loving and heavenly Father, we give you thanks, dear God, for sparing our lives this live to see another evening, another Wednesday evening. Without you, we would not have made it here tonight. And so we're saying thank you and glory be unto your name. And as we are about to continue preparations for exams, we have done it last year. When we can do it again for the students, dear God. It is not me, but it is you who uses me to teach these students. But I pray on their behalf that you'll help them to acquire, develop, continue to develop these skills, to acquire knowledge and to be able to use them in the right way and be able to comprehend them as we go about. And made for this specific class, pray that they will not just use the knowledge to pass an exam, but to use it to be of benefit to themselves and to others. Pray, dear God, that you'll be with other students as well, even those who are viewing our classes on YouTube. Pray that you'll be with the other students who are at other schools, that you help them to be ready for their exams. And may their success bring honor and glory unto your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. So tonight, as usual, we normally have and good night to those persons on YouTube. Good night to you all. And good night again to you ladies. I don't know if I have a surprise for you, but we shall see. All right, so tonight we have 4 worksheets based on respiratory system. I told myself that I'm not going to wait on anyone, and because they should be doing the respiratory system less now. So let us see how much you recall, how much you know about the respiratory system, and also we'll be looking at past paper question as it relates to this part of section E. We're basically at the tail of the syllabus. And then next week, we should be going back to what I did with the student last year who passed this exam in 2 weeks before the exam was to go objective by objective. So we have more than 2 weeks. So should be getting all grade 1s this year, right? But the grade 1s cannot come without your input. You have to do the work. You have to put in the work, right? The best I can do for you is to guide you on the right path in scoring that grade 1 exam. Now, so therefore, what is expected? We'll be doing objective by objective. So you guys would have to be doing presentations upon presentations to so as we relate objective by objective. So when you go, once we do objective by objective, it would have meant that we would have covered the syllabus. And hopefully the last month before the exam, which would be April. So we will have 2 months left, right? Well, we don't know exactly which date is the exam because now they have extended the late entry period now. So persons who have not yet registered for exams can still register for exams now, right? Now, so what I'm saying is that you must try your best to work a bit faster, all right, as we go through the syllabus. So next week we'll be trying to go objective by objective, starting from section A, looking at some questions again, possible questions based on each objective, and so forth. Because by then, I would have been finished with you my end of the bargain where the syllabus is concerned. We'll be starting our 2-day classes maybe next week. I will tell you which day was the next day. Um, I do have a class on Thursday. I don't think, well, maths, I have the maths class on Thursday, which may start that a bit earlier. I'm not sure which day. Which day is best for you, Teresa, for a second day for HSB, being that you're the working one? Teresa?
So it's only Tuesday and Wednesday I get like morning shift. The others are night and the day off, the mix. So I don't really get the same day off every week.
Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday. So what about on the weekends? What about Saturday night?
I work, I'm not sure of the day off.
Okay.
They are different each week. And I also work on weekend. My work is any 5 days. So the any 5 days can be any day.
Oh, in the 5 days. Okay, okay. All right, let's see what Tuesday can do. There's a language class on Tuesdays. So I think I can probably ask Mr. to shift her class to. No, that's not even gonna work. Probably what we could do is probably ask Miss to shift our class to Thursday, and then our maths class for Thursday would be at 7 o'clock instead, or 6 o'clock. Start earlier. You know, most of the persons who do maths are not working class persons, and start the class at 6, so that those who are doing English language, no, those who are doing which class will start at 6? Yeah, those are doing English language would have gotten their class at 8 o'clock. All right. So let me speak to the language teacher to see if we could make that shift. All right. So our first activity for tonight is this activity. All right. So once again, let's see how much you know about respiratory system. And when we do multiple worksheets on one same topic, it might seem that you repeat here and there, but the truth is that you will be able to. The repetition is good. Understand? Repetition is good. All right. For the chat. All right, there you go. Click on that. Please don't take forever. All right, so you can go, ladies can go ahead and do that one. And those who are on YouTube, you're welcome to you're welcome to participate. It is worth the while to participate. You'll never know what you can get. All right. Remember the email address. Send complete the worksheet. So, all right, so those persons who are viewing live on YouTube, you can go into the YouTube chat, and of course, you can participate actively in this class rather than just viewing or live stream. You could go in the YouTube chat, click on the link that is there, and of course, you can participate. The last class was fun. And those who participated was, of course, blessed. Give God thanks. And let's hope that you'll all be blessed again tonight in participating in this session. Um, Remember now, whenever you get you're finished, you click on finish, speaking to everybody, those in you in on Zoom and those on YouTube, you will click on finish. When you're through, you click on email my answers to my teacher. Then, after you do that, you will type your name in the space provided. You'll also type your the grade level. You just put grade 11 for now, and then the school subject, you'll put science this time. And then of course you type in the email address that was given in the chat. All the best. All the best. All the best. When you guys are finished, Ashay, Teresa, good night, Nikosha. When you guys are finished, please to let me know so we can proceed. Give me a second, please. Because of the
Sir?
You finished, Teresa?
Yes, sir.
Okay then.
So
All
I'm
right.
finished as well.
Okay. Let us see. Let me check those answers. Okay. I received the email, so
Sir, send it through the email.
Hmm?
Send it through the email.
no, you were just send it to the email, that's like before. When you send it the other way, persons normally get bumped off, I believe. So I just let everybody just use the email. All right. Next, see Nikosha. See Teresa. Okay. All right. So Ashay, what's going on with you?
Sir, you're seeing mine?
Yeah, I'm seeing Teresa and I'm seeing Nikosha.
But I don't send it. I don't do anything.
Oh, sorry. It's the maths I saw. My bad. Hey.
Because I was just gonna ask you. Because I have view when I send the matter, they just click on send to email. But this one
Okay.
I view the score. So how do I
Okay.
send it to the email now?
No, you click on check me. Oh, that means you checked and check my answer then.
Uh-huh.
Well, you can screenshot it and share it afterwards, if that be the case. All
Okay.
right. Okay. All right. I'm not sure why. Um. Oh, I see why. But you use alveoli, so why would that be wrong? It should be.
So
It should.
mine is showing incorrect. I don't know why.
Well, it is actually correct.
Yeah.
It could either use the alveolar sacs or the alveoli or the alveolar sacs or the alveoli. I don't know if it's how you spelled it. It's Alveoli
So the spelling is there.
when it's there.
Yes, they have it then in the box at the top.
Okay. 1 second there, please. Give me 1 second there. Just 1 second. All right, so you're not yet finished, Teresa, and Nicole shouldn't finish as yet. So let us go. Let us go with who is finished first. All right. Let's see. Um, I don't even know if anybody from the YouTube has finished as yet either. But let us go. And Monday night was an interesting night. All right, Teresa. All right. So what gas does human being take in when um when we breathe in? And the correct answer, of course, was oxygen. Right? So when you inhale, it's oxygen, right? Very good. Not bad. Of course, the other question to that, what gas does human beings eliminate during respiration? And of course, when you exhale, it is carbon dioxide. So that was correct too. Is respiration a voluntary or involuntary movement? And of course, it is an involuntary movement, naturally. And there's a part in the brain that is responsible for that, for involuntary movement. Good. So, of course, when you reach um, the nervous system, you will learn more about that part of the lesson. All right. Now, is respiration, oh, moving on. So 1.2 now. All right, so just proceed. Name the organs of the respiratory system. So the nose, that's correct. The pharynx, make note of that. Well, number 3 is actually wrong. It's not the trachea.
Number
That is
3
the
is the
larynx.
larynx.
That's the larynx, not the trachea.
Very good trachea.
Eh?
I'm pleased, but I don't understand how I get most of them wrong.
Well, we're going through it now, so you will know why I get most of them wrong.
Sir, it's the same answers I put, except I
Well,
put the
One,
larynx.
then if they want us to put one, like the one that they have 2 there, if they just want us to choose one.
well, I think you're supposed to type in the answer, right?
Yes, sir, type it in.
No, but the answer is actually the larynx for number 3. But you're supposed to type it in using common letters. So maybe if you had used capital letters, Ashe, maybe that would have been the reason.
Okay, sir. Because I'm wondering.
Okay. So number 3 would have been the larynx, and of course, number 4 would have been the trachea.
Trachea.
I don't see how Nikosha got trachea wrong, but I guess you don't reach it yet in our lesson.
Some
Number
just and listen.
where you reach?
Apart to that already, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, okay. So those 2 are definitely wrong. Number 7, it should be the alveoli,
Alveoli.
but it's alveolar, the alveolar sac.
I put both of them in there.
Okay, alveolar sacs are the alveoli, and they have alveoli, same as you. Don't know why they gave it to you wrong. Should be correct. Alveolar sacs or alveoli. So I really don't know why they gave it to you wrong, but it should be correct. What do you know about the alveoli? What is the alveoli, by the way? What is the alveoli?
So it's an air sac that the gas exchange take place.
Good, exactly. So the gas exchange surface. Very good. Give me 1 or 2 characteristics that you can remember about this gas exchange surface that enables it to carry out its function. There are certain characteristics of it that enables it to carry out its function. Good. What do you know? Yeah, go ahead. Anybody? What do you know about the alveoli? Nobody don't know anything about the alveoli? As I must tell again, even though you should be watching the video and making notes. Okay, Nikosha, see your mic is open. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
It has thin walls.
Thank you very much.
It's one set.
1 cell thick is a thin wall. Very good. What else?
So the one that one.
You don't remember the other one? It has a large surface area. Good. All right. Now, let's continue. Number 5 is correct, the bronchi, bronchi rather. And then number 6 is the bronchioles. Okay. All right, very good. The lungs, of course, we have the lungs right there. All right, not bad, very good. By the way, what's the function of the lungs in the respiratory system? What's the function of the lungs? What's the function of the lungs in the respiratory system? What's the function of the lungs in the respiratory system?
Sir, is it does it help the body to get rid of carbon dioxide?
Well, of course, but of course, but yes, it does because the exchange, the gas exchange service would have been in the lungs. But what I was expecting you to tell me is that it oxygenates the blood.
Red blood cell.
Yes, it oxygenates the red blood cell, and it decarbonizes, I should say, the red blood cell by removing carbon from the blood. All right. Okay. All right. Good. This was a miserable one. I don't know why.
Which one, sir?
This one is miserably done. The right answer would have been air enters the nose, comma, nasal cavity and gets warm and moist.
Sir, all of
Yes.
that? That's not the right one word.
Yeah, so nose is a part of the correct answer. But probably if you put nasal cavity, that would have been good. All right. Make sense?
Probably.
All right. 1 second. One second.
Sir, find an email address.
No, number where are we now? 3.2. I see the pharynx takes the air from the nasal cavity to the next organ and food to the esophagus. Is it the pharynx or the larynx? It's actually the pharynx. So the way why you got this one wrong? The spelling it didn't spell the word correct. Okay? All right. Okay. Okay. Let's continue.
So it's spelled correctly.
That's spelled correct, sister. You have PHRN. It's supposed to be PHRYNX. You follow?
Yes, sir. I
Make
see.
sense? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, no. Let's continue now.
I sent you an email.
Oh, you finish? You finish?
So I just do it back over. Quick before you finish.
What's the score? What's the
Sir, I
score?
didn't see the score this time because I didn't view it. I just sent it.
Okay.
I didn't want it to happen like the first time.
We will look at it after we go through this. We'll look at it. The air passes through the trachea where the vocal cords are. This would have been your larynx. All right, so that is the larynx. So make note of that. That's the larynx. 3.4 now. The trachea or windpipe is a big tube. But why you got this one wrong?
Sure, that's the same thing I have. And it was
Windpipe.
showing
Well,
incorrect.
it's
No.
correct. It's correct. It's correct.
And then this works.
The bronchi are two tubes in the lungs. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
The alveoli, also called alveoli sacs, are millions of very small sacs. The gas exchange happens there. So as I said, letting guys do these activities gives an opportunity to learn more and more about and test your knowledge and even inform you, of course, of what you have been studying so far. So doing simple activities like these is worth the while. Good? Okay. 1 second, please.
Let me put one.
1 second. So we breathe in or out? Air. So the answer is in. Our lungs get smaller and bigger. Oh, when you're inhaling. Good. So this also helps to tell you when you're describing the breathing mechanism. Good. Because sometimes you're asked to describe the breathing mechanism. So you realize that you don't have to write this whole paragraph of things. Just do your things bits. Good. Right? It's bits and pieces. Good. Now, we inhale oxygen or carbon dioxide. The answer is oxygen, definitely. The air passes to our lungs, our blood, and then our lungs to blood. Well, so we say go to our lungs first, then to the blood. All right. Okay, not bad. We breathe in, dash out air.
Breathe
Okay.
out air.
Breathe out air, good. Our lungs get smaller or bigger, smaller, good. We exhale carbon dioxide because our body doesn't need it, true. And it's also poisonous to the body as well, right? Okay, not bad. Let us look at the other one that was we heard that came in late. Don't know the price. I know that a certain president ball about the late things. Okay, so you got you almost so Ashley got 77.4. All right, so Nicosia got beaten tonight. All right, Ashley came second for this one.
How much did I get, sir?
You got 7.8. Nobody from YouTube. YouTube people are born today. Is that the case?
You
And
know,
more
the
the
competition.
oh them not no competition today. Okay. Oh, you're not in this. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna do the next one. Can fast. All right. And the other activity now, I think we will do this one together. Do you guys want to do it together or you want it by yourself? Make up your mind.
Can do it together. What you say, Ashe or Nikosha?
Together.
Okay, all right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay with that. All right, no problem. All right. 1 second. All right. So so drag the words in the box to fill in the blanks below. All right. So what's the first answer? It says, what is the name?
Oxygen.
What is the name? What is the name of the air that we breathe in? That's easy. Let us go through. I know you know. I know it's repetition, but not a problem. Keep going through it.
Oxygen, sir.
Oxygen. Thanks. I know it's repetition, but we still meet a difference as well.
Carbon dioxide next.
Carbon dioxide. What is the name of the air that we breathe out? Carbon dioxide. Where is it? Okay.
Anyway,
What's the name of the tiny air sacs in the lungs?
alveoli.
Very good. What is this? What is a synonym for the windpipe? Okay, this is a different one.
Trachea.
Trachea. Very good. So, because the other worksheet would have caused us to learn that if we didn't know it before, right?
Same amount of time we watch the video and still can't do presentation.
Well, time waits on no man. I
And
understand.
the nose.
The last time I checked, the mouth and the nose form the what? What the mouth and the nose form? What does it form?
Nasal passage.
That's correct. The portion, nasal passage.
Yeah.
Okay, see, we're
Wait,
learning something
let's
different.
restart it. Let's restart. Turn it up and turn it on.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, stop.
What is another word for breathing in?
Inhalation.
Okay, well, exhale is what they have there.
Oh, inhale, they have, it's breathing in, sir. In.
Oh, sorry, inhale, sorry, my bad. Thank you for that. And the other one is exhale. Yeah. The dash is a dome-shaped muscle involving
Diaphragm.
breathing diaphragm at the bottom of the lungs. So now the dome is a muscle and it is dome-shaped. Of course, the obvious last answer is circulatory system. Good. And what part of how what is it that would have given us the hint that the circulatory system and respiratory system work together when breathing? What's the hint? You should have learned it in the
Blood, sir.
the blood.
The blood.
The blood. Okay. All right. So if you notice in some diagrams, that blood vessel wraps around the alveoli, the alveoli or the alveolar sacs. Good. And so that blood vessel there. All right. So you learn more about the circulatory system when they get there. Some persons jump ahead and not even sending the.
Ito na Danny Fall.
All right. Let's move on. Drag the words in the box to label the parts of the respiratory system. All right. This one is the
Nasal passage.
nasal passage. Or is it not sticking to it? Okay, good. This one?
Trachea.
Okay.
Yeah.
That equation to this. And this one?
The lungs.
Lungs. We should know the parts. This one?
Alveoli. Alveola. Alveoli.
Okay, Asha, you know answer that.
What is the name? Alveoli.
And of course, the
I've
diaphragm.
been going really fast.
Who going fast? Me?
No.
Who going fast?
Teresa. As soon as I'm ready to answer your answer.
All right, I won't say anything.
Okay.
I didn't say not to say anything.
No one's gonna give you a chance. Yeah.
All right. I think we should start up
No, you don't know
online inter-school quiz competition. I think we should need to do that. I have a brethren who has a C.X.C maths class. I taught him to teach online. So and we could organize a thing, we could organize a thing. and see which school is the best. I would fire you all if you'd let me down. All right, let's move on to the other. We're going to our third worksheet, and I guess you want us to do it together once again, right? All right. Okay, so this is a easy one. Let us quickly fill out this one. This is obviously the nose. This is the mouth. This is the trachea. And this is, well, what would that be? Lungs?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sir.
The lung. And then this will be the obvious diaphragm, right? And I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question to see if you guys have been learning anything from those videos that you have been watching. See, class is not about just teaching. You have to assess you as well, right? Assessment is very important. Good. All right. Now, the other question is this now. What's name the other muscle that collaborates with the diaphragm in the
Intercostal
breathing?
muscle.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And what do you think these are right here?
I think they're the intercostal muscle, sir.
It's really the rib cage.
The rib cage.
Mhm. Bones of the rib cage. Remember the rib cage come around that. So. All right. The costal muscle is along there as well. But I think these represent the rib cage. All right. Now, what is respiration? Choose one of these answers. What is respiration? Which of those three? Ashe, she's
First
giving her
one.
a chance.
Respiration is the process
First
in
one, sir.
is taken in. Yeah.
I said turn it off for a little.
So you get the chance and never take it, right?
Don't.
I was about to say it, sir.
All right, all right, all right. About to say number three now, please. Two systems that work together during respiration are. Which one are you going to choose first?
It has to be any which one, sir?
Yeah,
Respiratory system
respiratory system. And the second
and
one,
the circulatory.
circulatory system.
Circulatory.
Diaphragm is muscle, tissue, or artery. Which one?
Muscle.
Muscle. Use 1, 2, 3, and 4 to put in order the process in which air enters the body. So which one is number one?
The extreme bottom one.
Air
Air
enters the
enters
body
the
through.
body.
Okay, so this is number one. Okay. Which one is number two?
Up top.
The top one.
Top one. Number three.
Second. Air leave.
Sorry,
no,
sorry.
the
The air
third
leaves
one,
alone.
the air.
Huh?
Wait. I'm confused. The air leaves the lungs and goes
The
to the.
second one.
The second one?
Yes, sir.
All right. I say, my dear friend, I say, Nicole is insisting that it is the second one. Okay, lawyer. You're the lawyer. That's very good. So air leaves the alveoli and travels to the blood. Of course, naturally. Now, what this number 5 should do for you is basically give you an idea As I say, once again, don't just leave the class by just answering answers correctly, but ensure to get an idea as to how you can make your notes. So you don't have to write this have a big both a paragraph. Just write them stage by stage, step by step. Right? Step by step. Uh, all right, good. All right. All right. Good night, Gabriel. Good night. Okay, let's just move on. All right, very good. So thank you for your patience. So I was just simply saying to you, ladies, that um, and I don't know if any gentleman watching on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know if Devon is on tonight. Well, there's a gentleman watching us sometime before. All right. So let us proceed with our presentation again. Right? All right then. Okay. Number 6, we breathe what? In, or we breathe in?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Good. And we breathe out
Carbon.
carbon dioxide. All right. So even as simple as these activities look, don't take it for granted, right? Don't take it for granted because one is we're talking about the same system. It's not like say if you leave grade 3, it's a different system. You leave grade 4, it's a different system. You come to high school, it's a different system. You come to college, a different system. No, 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 go so. It's the same system. So you can use simple, because C.X.C is not marking you for the big words that you're using, right? They're not marking you for big words that they're using. They're marking you to ensure that you have the right concept, the right principles, the right procedures, and the accurate facts. That's what they're marking you for. Good. So don't try to, and that's why sometimes when I ask you guys to do the worksheets, I don't want it to be googling anything, and then you go and Google and then you look for this big word. And if I ask you to explain to me and you can't explain to me, can you not understand it? So because it look like it is an answer that you just write it and type it. No, no, that's not going to work. Ensure that you understand what you're saying or what you're writing. And the brain, rather look at nature. That's all simplicity. Simplicity is making it less complex for yourself is better. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. Another big words we mark for good. Another big words. All right. So this should be another 10 out of 10. I hope so. But funny sometime. Well, I think because of the S shall being long. That's it, nothing more. That's the S. All right. So let's now move on. And I say good night again to Gabriel. Gabriel could actually come late tonight. Eh? All right, so let's move on now to where are we now? Final or we're the fourth one now, right? Yes,
Yes,
the
sir.
final one. Okay. I see somebody sending a activity. Oh, Gabriel. Congratulations, Gabriel. Gabriel got 6.7 for the one that we sent out. All right, Gabriel, you got 6.7. And think that is the you better join CDP Labs with the services because we got 7.4, and 7.8. So Gabriel, you need to join CDP Labs with the services. Okay. And you'll get more than 6.7. Right, Teresa?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so let us now move to the final worksheet now for the night. Well, I mean, from live worksheet that is. So we're gonna go next to a past paper question, but we'll take a look at the pit lottery. All right. Now there's a write with numbers what happens first, then drag each text to its picture. I think you should have done this by yourself still. Anyway, again, our final round of labeling. All right. Now, if you notice something here, students, Teresa, to fix your problem that you may have, if you get little pictures like these, when you guys are studying and making notes, get pictures too. You don't. Who tell us you have to study using words only? Who tell you that? Anybody tell you that? Not me. You don't have to only use words only when you're studying. Use pictures too. And of course, you must make the models. I mean, the models that are if you can make it do something like what Ashay did in her video, um, something like that is working good. Um, you could get something to represent the alveoli, like the What in your everyday experience that you use in your house? Give me an object that you use in your house that could use to represent the alveoli. Somebody. There's an object in your house that could use to represent the alveoli and to talk about the features of the alveoli. There's something in the house they can use. Nobody can tell what that could that be? Nobody have an idea? If you were watching the video, I've come up with it. I tell you, people just click on pause and next, and then play and then write what they feel to write. All right. There's something you could use in the house to illustrate the characteristics of a particular part of the respiratory system. You guys don't remember that one? The alveoli. What in your house you could use to illustrate the characteristics, at least one characteristic of the alveoli? Nobody don't know? Come on, come on, come on. Answer. Somebody answer. Somebody answer, please. Nobody want to guess? All right. Since I have to tell you again, you could use a tissue. Couldn't you use a tissue? A toilet tissue? Is it thin? Or you guys use thick toilet tissues? Is that the case? You could use a thin, you could use a toilet tissue, a moist toilet tissue to show that it's easy to get moist. It absorbs water quickly. Good. Hence, that's how the alveoli works, because it absorbs air quickly because it's thin, one cell thick. So you could use even a toilet tissue to illustrate the characteristics of the alveoli. Make the information easy to understand, students. Don't sit down and write down a bag of notes. No. Try to associate what you're learning with something in your environment, and that will help you to remember. Okay, Teresa?
Yes, sir.
Right? You have to make analogies. You have to ask, so what can I associate this with? What can I associate that with? Good. You use analogies when you're studying. What can I use associations? Good. So you can associate the alveoli to a toilet tissue. What could you associate the trachea to? Anybody? What could you associate the trachea with?
A hose.
A hose, exactly. A hose, right? Yeah, a hose, yeah, because you're a passage, right? You could take it. That means if you are a straw. Oh, actually, you gone to bed?
No, sir, I'm here.
Why not? So what are you doing when you're not answering that question? Now you made the model, so you could have simply said the straw.
Repeat, sir.
You could say the straw for the trachea. You made the model, right? What could
Oh,
you
yes, sir.
associate the diaphragm to? What could we associate the diaphragm to?
So my diaphragm is a glove.
A gloves.
Mine
Okay.
too.
It's a gloves. It's a gloves. They use. Who's a mine to? Ashley?
Yes, sir.
No,
Or the
balloon
balloon too
use.
small.
Yes, it was too small to go over, so I used the gloves.
Gloves.
Yes.
Okay. All right. But what about the gloves that could make it suitable to behave like the diaphragm? What about the gloves?
It's
that could make-
rubbery.
It's rubbery, and what else?
Very stretchy.
Ah, that is it I was looking for. The elasticity of the gloves, because muscles have elasticity. Good. So the gloves would have been a suitable association to the Diaphragm. Excellent. Because of it is the elasticity it can stretch. Very good. Am I making sense to you so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you study this subject, as you dive down into the human and social biology, see how you can associate what you're studying with other things that you are comfortable with. That will make you master the information. All right. Now, let's say we could find something else that we could associate what we're learning with. All right. So we have the ear sac. That's good. What about the how the whole design of the trachea and the bronchiole and the bronchi? What does that remind you of out there in nature?
A tree.
A tree, exactly. That's how a tree is set up. A matter of fact, you could use a leaf to represent one of the lungs, because you have the midrib, which have been the trachea. They have the veinlet system, the vascular system inside of the leaf itself. You could see those veins on the leaf and the leaf blade itself, right? True.
Yes, sir.
So you want to remember things? Use analogy, association. Okay, that works. It definitely works. I wish it could work in mathematics too. But anyway, it works. Good. All right. So think about things, students. Think about things. All right. Think about things. All right. So because answering, as I said, answering questions in the class is good, but you need techniques as you go along as you prepare for your exams. All right. I will be getting down into preparation. All right. Now, which of these is number one?
Third one. Third
Which
one,
one is
sir. Ear entering the body. The nose.
N1 or the third one?
Third. Third.
The third
Middle
one,
one, sir.
This is the middle one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think that's a better direction. Which one is number two?
The fifth one. We're
The
the
fifth one.
pointing at the trachea, sir.
Okay, the fifth one. Okay. That's number two. Which one is number three?
The bronchio. Bronchi. The first one, sir.
Oh, this one. Okay. Which one is number four?
The lungs pointing to the alveoli. Alveoli.
So they're zooming. When the circle is actually zooming. That's number four. So evidence is number five, right? Okay. All right, good. So now, where should I drag the text to now? And as you hold on, I want you to understand. If you get pictures like these when you're doing your presentation and say, okay, this picture tells us that, because they say to us that a picture says that it speaks or tells 1,000 words or more than 1,000 words. So why not help use pictures and diagrams in your studies? Make life much easier. When you're going to exam, the easiest thing to recall is a picture. What you see, you remember. Chinese proverb, what you see, you remember. But what you do, you understand. All right. I don't think they say what you're right. Okay. All right. So which of these texts now should go into which box?
The middle, fifth text to the third picture.
Third picture. Okay. Continue.
Fourth words to the fifth picture.
Okay. Mhm. Anybody else want to answer? I think Teresa is trying to give you guys an opportunity. Martin, you want an
No
opportunity?
one?
Kosha, Ashe. Ladies, let me tell you something. Participation is very important in school here. When you participate, you learn more, okay?
Okay.
So please to participate. I don't want to sound like origin to students now. Yeah, beg them for answer. Mr. Bernard love to hear his students speak. Okay? All right. If I don't, can you imagine me quiet and you quiet? That not boring, man. Come.
100%.
Next person, Ashe Nikosha. Ashe Nikosha. Continue to
Oh
it.
my goodness. Woo.
Come, Nikosha, you have an answer. I see your mic is open.
So the first sentence for the second picture.
Okay. Continue. I guess Ashe was having some problem. Next one.
The next sentence for the fifth picture.
The fifth picture gone already.
Oh, no, fourth.
Okay. Okay. And then naturally, this one go right here. All right, good. And I think I'll do this one myself. This one is there any words to choose here?
Nasal cavity.
Well, I think
Nose.
I think yeah, the common word is nose, you know. The common word is
Yeah,
nose
nose
these
and
days.
something
They
like
have the
that.
mouth. They have the mouth. This is the what?
Pharynx. Pharynx.
Pharynx. You sure it's the pharynx or the larynx?
So the pharynx is at the back and the larynx at the
So
front.
PHRYNX, right? All right. And then this is a trachea. And then this is the what now?
Lungs.
Lung.
So it's pointing on both.
Exactly. And then this is the
Diaphragm.
No, yeah, the diaphragm.
PH. Come, maybe Mr. Bernard can spell. So you can spell for Mr. Bernard. Go ahead. My maths teacher. Don't forget. That's my principal says. Oh, you
So
can't
where's
spell
the
it. You're my
English
maths teacher.
student?
English student does. I don't know one thing. A good question. She's the only one not in class tonight. Go ahead. What's the next one? What's the next one? Spell diaphragm from D-A. Ashe, could you spell diaphragm for the class, please? D-I-A-P-H what? Nikosha, why don't you spell diaphragm, please?
So I can help you at the spelling there. A good panita.
R-A-M.
What is it? A-R?
R-A-M.
A-R.
R-A-M. Diaphragm.
R-A-M. Oh, thank you. Yes, teacher. Diaphragm. Okay, this is a what? Alveoli. Okay. And then probably also it's alveoli ear socks with it in the morning. All right, so we're gonna go to the. So the nose is wrong. The nose was wrong. What's that problem? I think the diaphragm spelled wrong right there, so no.
Miss out the G.
Exactly. The G is supposed to be there. All right, but above all, it wasn't so bad, right? Okay, so now we're going to move into now our other activity. And now we're going to look at a past. Before we go to the passport question, we'll be looking at the pit latrine. But before we go to the pit latrine, I just wanted to see from the syllabus perspective, if I can find it. Try to find the syllabus. All right, not in the syllabus here now, but we'll get there. All right, so let's look at the picture, pit latrine right here. Now, Why do you think there's an air vent in the pit latrine? Why is the air vent there? Well, I get an answer from those on YouTube as well. They can participate. Gabriel can give an answer tonight again. Why will the air vent there? Anybody?
Sir, to get better ventilation.
Better ventilation. Okay. And of course, you don't want a person suffocated there. You say need an air vent. So the person can breathe and so forth to avoid suffocation. But even though you have an air vent, should it be just wide open like that? What should they put there? What should they use for the air vent?
Uh,
Huh?
Sir, I know vent is like a thing where I know we have vents where it's like metal, but it has thick is lines between.
Like a grill.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But I was thinking you'd have probably use like a mesh. A mesh. It prevents things from coming in and coming out something. But I don't know if mosquitoes that can really pass through meshes, right? Not easily. But they are saying to us that the latrine shelter design and built with appropriate local materials, right? Tight fitting lid. So what's the lid? What's the purpose of the lid right there? What's the purpose of the lid? All of you live in the country, so you should all know about this. Stop me alone. I know about it. I'm a town man.
Know about what, sir?
Oh, sorry. The lid. You have never seen a pit latrine before?
No, sir.
Do you live in Jamaica?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you always stay inside. You have never seen a pit latrine all your life?
No, sir. I've
So we
never
have two of them we had.
So Nicole lives in Westmoreland, so she would definitely have to know about pit latrine. Because I have a lot of pit latrines in
Yes, sir.
yes, a lot of them in Westmoreland. I can't forget them
Yes, sir. We have one now we had too.
the one in the artist. Yeah, yeah, go. All right. So, all right, Nicole, so what they use the lid to
Sir,
do?
but they use also bathroom.
You know, see, I have the souvenirs. They are souvenirs. Okay.
No, sir.
Or you leave them for the visitors. Just the visitors alone use them.
No, sir. Me live in a concrete house, but most other family them, like auntie and uncle them live in a pod house, so them use also bathroom.
Oh, all right. All right. For those of you who might be shy to talk about what the lid is for, the lid is basically to cover the seat. So when this gentleman finished doing business, you'd cover the seat. Understand? Because they're going to prevent now any form of thing that would come out from outside there to affect inside. Because remember, flies and all these things, you know. If you don't cover the seat properly, and a fly escape and get in there and then leave there and get in your kitchen, you know what can happen right there, right? So your lid, you must be, when anybody you know using pit latrine, tell them to ensure that they did not do anything else. Ensure that they cover the pit. Okay? The seat, that is. Now, mound of excavated soil to seal pit lining and to prevent flooding of pit by surface water. But you have to ensure that it's properly. By the way, what could we associate this design of the pit latrine to? Let's see how good your analogy skills are. What could we associate it to? Anybody know? And don't tell me the toilet.
Where that we go, sir?
No. The teeth. Don't you have the above, you have the enamel, the hard part there. Good. And then between right here is the gum. the root? It doesn't look like that to you? Come on, man. Use your knowledges, man. Use your eyes. All right. Now, of course, there's two important information that you must know. That the pit must not go near to any form of water table right there. Because if the pit dig too far down to the water table, it's going to pollute the water. And if the water is polluted and it escape, and people go drink it, they know what's gonna happen like this. So cholera and gastroenteritis and stuff like that, right? Good. So to prevent all of that, no, there's a prescribed height that is given to pit building. Good. So pit should be at least 2 meters deep, 1 meter, 1 to 1.5 meter round or square bottom of pit. Should be at least 1.5 meter above water table, especially where groundwater is used for water supply. Okay. All right. Good. Now, another thing you must understand about pits too, you should not use disinfectant and throw down inside the pit. Because if you use disinfectant to throw down inside the pit, you'll be killing the bacteria that will be used to decompose the feces. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So it's not wise to use disinfectant down into the pit. Not wise. All right? Not wise. All right. Let's look at the type of question that C.X.C ask rather, based on such a question, such a topic. Here we are. So this is a possible question. Sorry. My bad. January 2015 past paper question. I'm expecting 100% pass this year, like last year. So I sincerely hope that you ladies do what you are supposed to do. Try to find out the question. It's not this. Let me look for the question and get back to it. This is it. This is it. Where's the question? I'm coming, ladies. I'm coming. I'll find it back shortly. Okay, found it. Okay, here we are. So it says Susie's family wants to build a pit latrine. Okay. Explain one guideline that her family would consider in determining the site of the pit latrine. Well, only one guideline. So It's 2 marks. But when you're answering exam questions, it is wise to look at the amount of marks for the question to determine the length of your response. 2 marks suggests they wanted to state 2 things. So 1 mark per statement. Even though they say explain one guideline. Now, an explanation must give reasons for. So, we could talk about what I just mentioned, the depth of the pit. The reason for that. So the guideline will be that the pit must be you might not remember, but you must say no deeper than 2 meters. Good reason. You don't want the pit to be dig too close to a water table that can be used for water supply, and that's it. 2 marks. Argument done. Is that clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, why should Susie's family not, but I just gave you the answer. Why should Susie's family not use disinfectants in the pit latrine? And the answer is to explain why. Again, 2 marks. So you need to give 2 little statements. Identify, well, what the disinfectant would have done and what would be the effect of doing so. So 1, disinfectant would have destroyed the bacteria that will be used to decompose the feces, break it down. Good. Basically that. Right? So the human and social biology is not no complex exam. It's a very easy exam. All right. And the rest of it is based on disposal and so forth. All right. Okay. All right. So when we officially start our past paper questions, it is very important that you learn a particular technique, and that technique is about creating your word word charts when you're going to be answering the exam questions. All right. It is very important that you use up your word charts. The group of students that are in 20 20, which year was it again? 20, it's a long time. 2018. There's like 4 of it, there's 4 students in HSB class that year, and 3 out of 4 passed the exam that year. And why the 4th person did not pass the exam, actually, there's 5 of them, 6 of them, but only 4 paid for the exam, and the other 2 did not. Right? The other 2 did not pay for the exam, just the other 4. However, the 4th one, she wasn't on the reading level that she's supposed to be on, and that was what have caused her not to do so well in the exam. She got a grade 4 actually. But the other students who passed the exam, one got a grade 1, Chevel, and of course one got a grade 2, and the other got a grade 3. But the one who got the grade 3, if she were doing all of what she was told to do throughout the course, should have gotten a possible grade 1 as well. So that was the order of the exam results in 2018. Last year, of course, we got a grade 2 and 100% pass basically. And so, and that's how Nikosha got into this class. I will always talk about Miss Blake. Came 2 weeks before the exam, got a grade 2. And I told her she would have gotten her grade 2, and she got the grade 2. Now, ladies, you need to step up your rate so I can get all grade 1s this year. That's my aim. trying to get the same for maths, but persons are dragging their foot. Cannot be dragging your foot if you want to be successful. All right. So I have shown you some techniques you can use tonight in your studies. Pictures are very important. You want to understand the thing better? Get some pictures. And it's easy, you know. Let me show you. I'm going to use tonight and show you something. It's not yet 10 o'clock. Let me use tonight and show you something. I'm just going to use it. I hope you benefit from this, what I'm about to do. Right, so I'm going to be yes, going on here. Oh, so all right, so I'm going to open a blank Word document and show you what you can do when you're studying. Is everybody listening? Everybody hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm studying about respiratory system. Good. And I'm going to take pictures. Now it is natural that I must insert a picture that has to do with that first, right? So let us search the web. All right. And I would rather to choose unlabeled diagram. Good. And I'm going to reduce the size of it. Now, this picture now is just only to assist me in identifying parts of the respiratory system, which you have perfectly mastered so far. Good. Now, they have been learning about the breathing mechanism. So naturally, I need to look for a picture that speaks about breathing. Let's look for breathing. All right. Here's another picture you could use. It doesn't necessarily speak about breathing as such, but it's a part of it, right? So we're going to use this picture as well. We need this picture too. All right, that's going to show you how you can study using diagrams and pictures. Because when you use diagrams and pictures, you know, it allows you to put things in your own words. All right? Everybody paying attention? Is everybody paying attention?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Teresa?
Yes, sir.
This is mainly for you to, you know, trying to find something that works for you. And if you like cartoon pictures, like Ashi likes to have fun. Right, Ashi? Ashi likes to have fun. Eh? That's an artist. Ashi, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Alright. And it have to be this type of picture, but just something to illustrate, right? So this picture now, why I chose this picture? Because it shows this obviously the lungs changes size, don't it? I can use a plastic bottle. You can even use a plastic bottle to illustrate that. And if you don't have a plastic bottle, look at this. Look at this. You can say when the air is coming in, what happens when the air is going out? What happens? Good. This could represent the shape of the diaphragm when it flattens or becomes a dome shape again, or the size of the lungs. If it gets smaller, it's pushing things out. When it get larger, it is receiving air. What pushes in upwards and outwards. So use little things to let the brain, because the brain does not like too much abstract things. It likes things when it is concrete. Because if that was not the case, God would not have made trees, animals, and plants. It is there to stimulate the brain. That's why you have the five senses. Is that clear? Hello? Why, oh why? It take long to answer. Right? And if you want to look outside of that, you look for pictures, better pictures, breathing. Look for better pictures. Good. You could look for a picture here. See, it's a nice picture here too that you can use, right? And create your own little thing. Good. All right. And you have your little pictures. You see? Am I making sense to the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's this picture now. So you can now write what you observe. Write what you observe, because your brain, you remember things when your brain is processing, when you're thinking. Once you are thinking about things and you're getting that understanding, you will not forget that easily. So if I look at this now, this arrow, what is this arrow telling me? Look at that and tell me, what's the arrow? What is this arrow saying to me now? What is arrow saying to me now? Talk to me.
Air is going into the body.
Good. So I could just write a little notice and say air is entering the body. You said going into the body. So the picture allows you to express it in a simple way than have to be trying to memorize a complex statement. So air is going into the body. So you just write air goes into the body. Another person might say air is entering the body. But they are both saying the same thing, are they not?
Yes, sir.
So getting the picture, and the reason why I'm doing this with you now, because I want to move faster with my worksheets. Okay. So air is entering the body, and that air is oxygen. Good. And it travels down. This part, what would you call this part right here?
Trachea windpipe.
Good. You see? Trachea windpipe. Little exercise doing something here. Good. And it's so that the lungs is doing what? Going what?
The lungs expanding.
Expanding. So it's going on outwards, right? Good.
Sir.
Good. And downwards too. Right? And this yellow part is called what now? The yellow regions is what? The yellow regions is what we call the yellow regions. What the yellow parts represent?
So the diaphragm and the intercostal muscle.
Exactly. So you remember things? Good. So those muscles relax and contract while to allow air to enter and leave the body. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right? And you talk about the same thing right here as well. Good. And so we talk about the breathing mechanism, right? Good. And you see and if you are a tactile person now, you're not going to just use the iconic stage now. You're going to go straight now to something tangible. Good. Like a plastic bottle. When you press it, what happens? When you squeeze it in, what happens? When you release it, what happens? A box. Something. Use something when you're studying to make the information come alive to you. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another thing now, another thing that you can use, let me look for something else. Look for something else. I look for a picture that best suits you. Even this picture. All right. Even there's a picture of someone. Let's look at a picture. I don't have to add it to that. But if I add it to it, all right, let me add it just to build a point, make a point. Let's make a point. No, not there, son. Not there, son. Not there, son. I don't want it there, son. I want it here, son. Now, this picture, if you are building a album for respiratory system, probably that's what I should do for you guys. I'm gonna build me an album and talk about the album. Now, would you start off with this picture first? Will you guys start off with this picture first? Would you start off with the picture? This one
Yes, sir.
first? Why would you start off with this one first? Tell me why you say yes. Why would you start off with it? Nikosha.
Well, it's like a demonstration
Okay, good. All right. That's the reason
of
why you
what they
start
want
off with it.
to
Okay.
before it goes deep down.
Ah. So it's like writing a story. You just start the story with the woman. And then now your diagrams now would have been explaining now what is happening on the inside. Making sense?
Yes,
Making
sir.
sense? Okay. Teresa, how does that sound? Sister Teresa?
Sound good, sir.
Sound good. Okay. Just good alone. All right. Thanks. Hope it's helpful. So you start off with a picture like this and say, okay, this woman appears to be breathing. And her chest, because even your own body you can use as well. Chest goes what? Upwards. And you know the inside get enlarged. So you could say to this, you could say to your friend, when this woman is inhaling, her thorax, it expands, goes upwards and upwards, enlarges, when she's taking in air. You talk about it. Use the knowledge. Use of knowledge we're talking about. Use of knowledge. Now another picture, as we close for class today. Another picture we could use. A very interesting picture we could use. Let's see if we could find one for this now. Um, uh, 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 um, uh, let's see. All right, so try to find something. All right, see, this is inside the trachea, and you see the finger-like structures that look like ear-like. You see it? Does it look like
Yes,
a
sir.
broom? No, it look like a broom, right? Does it look like a broom to you?
Look like it. When I look at it too, I would think of a map.
A map. All right, even that. Good. So the map, you're right, because when you can imagine the mucus coming right there, it makes them wet, like a wet map. So a wet map is like talking about the line of the trachea, good, that moves, that would put the water would bring dirt together and then they sweep it out with the mop. Other people say you must use a broom first and sweep out the dirt, right? But I'm just saying, pictures, students, pictures, powerful, students, very powerful too. Okay, don't be foolish now and say I'm so intellectual, I will use words. No. I exam one for pass, quick and fast with the grade one. Makes sense. Okay? Makes sense. All right. So you could put this in your picture as well, in your album, in your respiratory system album. So you must have everything in your respiratory system album must have pictures related to everything that is associated with the system. And I will put another picture in it. Because never you study systems without this. Never you study systems without having a picture of diseases. It's a good picture to use. When you use pictures to students, another thing that pictures does for you as students, it opens up, it allows you to think more, use up more of your mental ability. Good. It allows you to use up more of your mental ability, students. So I'm going with this. So because you'd have to compare this picture with this picture. If this is normal, then what's the difference between the normal and the abnormal, which is asthma in this case? You realize that the space right here closes up and the area around it gets thicker. See where we're going now? You see where we're going? Wake up, people.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then naturally, you look to see which part of it is inside the lungs. So asthma affects inside the lungs. This picture tells you that because you are talking to the picture. You're listening to the picture. So your ears is listening. Yes, it's deep, but yes, you're listening to the picture. But the picture is speaking to you. It's saying, look at me. Look at me now. Don't you see that asthma affects the lungs? Don't you see that? What part of respiratory system is it affecting? It's also affecting the bronchioles. That's why I have something called bronchitis. Because bronchitis now is where the bronchioles itself is more affected. So, but the actual thing that is causing the problem here is mucus. So something triggers off the goblet cells, and the goblet cells will send off more mucus because it sense that there's something in it that should not be in it. So this secretion of mucus now is a part of the immune system fighting against some foreign object within that comes in your nasal passage. The picture tells you that, but hear what? Let me tell you about a picture now. We're wrapping up. Let me tell you about a picture, students. A picture is like a male or a female. If you like a guy and you stand over the other side every day, let's say the guy is your neighbor, and every day you sit looking at the guy, looking at the guy, looking at the guy. The only thing you're going to know about the guy is only what you see. What you're seeing. You like this guy now, but you're just looking at the guy. Looking at the guy. But if you don't go over to the guy and talk to the guy, you're not going to know nothing more about this guy. Because the guy could sound like a monster. The guy could sound like a female, and maybe it's a very well as a female. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to do something with the picture to learn from the picture. You have to question it, and it will answer you. I might sound like a madman now, but I'm not a madman, trust me. If you ask the picture which part of the respiratory system is being, it told you, inflamed bronchial tube. I didn't even see that. All I'm looking at is the picture. The picture. And the picture would say, look at me. Just look at me and you'll see more. Then the picture, okay then. What really happens is that it's called a lumen, the space. The wall around the bronchial tube thickens. And if it thickens, it makes the air passage much what? Tighter. And that's why when persons have asthma, the chest feel tight. Make sense? Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
using
sir.
pitch, yeah. So never you study a system without a disease. Have a picture of a disease. Good, make sense? All right. So I hope that you will take what I said to you a while ago. So in preparing for your worksheets, create your picture album. Create your system album, sorry, with your pictures, your diagrams, and everything must flow. I want you to try it. I want you to try it for the next class. And don't come tell me, sir, I'm working on it. So you have the videos to create, and you have your album to create, the picture album with your pictures, the diagrams. And you'll take us through it. There's a picture for everything, students. There's no words out there in the universe. It's just pictures you see, you're looking at. Still, you see, some are still and some are moving. Pictures. I am like a picture. Good. When Teresa shows her face, I don't see her name at all. I only see her face. So pictures are very important to use. So is the models that you're supposed to create. Students, I cannot tell you, I cannot say if you don't follow my instructions, you will fail. And that is the reason why when persons ask about track record, I think asking about track record really don't make any sense. Reason being, today a student who's serious come and they'll take instructions, they will pass. But tomorrow a arrogant one will come, go on let them know too much, don't take no instruction, they fail. Yes, the teacher fail, because student fail. Track record, there's no such thing. Students who are serious do well and get the result. Yes, we have had successful students, but that says nothing. We want more successful students. So I'm imploring you now to take all of this advice you have received and put it into practice, and you see the magic, it works. Okay? So it's hard work, but it's easy work. It's hard, but it makes learning easier. You have learned that the video thing works for you, and I'm yet to see any more videos yet. The videos them stop make, I don't know why. I hope the album book will start and never stop, because the album book will make you remember all you remember things easier, and it allows you to use up the knowledge that you're learning. The students, please do what I ask you to do. All right. So we have come to the end of another class tonight. And you know, at the end of every class, I always evaluate my class. So let's start with Nikosha. How was your class tonight?
It was okay.
It was okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. All right. Teresa, how was
Yes,
the class
sir.
tonight? How was class tonight?
What's interesting, sir?
It was interesting. Okay. Um, is there anything that you found helpful tonight? Let's speak the truth.
Yes, sir. The photos, you like trying to use the photos to explain.
Okay. All right. Okay, no problem. And so far, if you recognize, I use that one picture and tell you a few things about asthma already, right?
Yes, sir.
So what you learn, I didn't give no words. I just use a picture. And of course, you must understand that you must understand that the pictures really work. The whole thing that would have been missing, but you could find a picture for it too. What are some of the things that triggers asthma? What are the symptoms or people know that they have asthma? But the picture basically tells you the cause of the asthma, right? Why you're experiencing those symptoms. But you could find pictures of persons having chest pain, they feeling tight. You understand what I'm saying? You could
Yes, sir.
find pictures of that as well. And let the picture speak. Let it speak. And trust me, try it, man. Try it. Try it. So the only what it does now, it narrows now the amount of thing you need to remember. Make sense now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so that's a wrap, and we give God thanks. Thank you again for making it to class. People, I'm not going to tell nobody this class time now. We start 8 o'clock. Let us try to start on time each night, and we can finish at 10 o'clock. All right. So take my advice, make good use of it. So that when we're going through the past four questions, you guys teach me instead of me teach you. For that song. All right. So that's a wrap. Good night. You may depart. You may leave. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Good night. Good night. Thank you very much. Good night.
Class over.
Yes, there is a class over.
That wasn't me, sir.
Oh, that was you. Okay. All right. Class is over now. All right. Good night. Say good night. Good night.
Okay.
Yeah. And good night to those from. I also want to say good night to those persons from YouTube. Thanks to the three persons who have liked our class tonight. And thanks to our new subscriber. Very good. Good night. And thanks to Gabriel for being our supporter, one of our frequent supporters as well. I'm going to ask that you guys do share the link, like the page. Those who have been viewing, like the lessons. I know the classes have been long, but hope it have been useful. Um, Going forward, our maths, we have maths classes twice per week, but we only stream the classes once. So our maths class is on Monday, on a Thursday. And so therefore we'll only streaming our classes once per week, but we have our classes twice per week, but we stream once per week. However, each day we stream, we promise to have you participate and of course learn as much as you can learn. So if you are a student studying for exams this year, come with your questions and put your questions in the chat and I will respond to your question. I hope tonight's class was useful and I hope you have learned. But don't be selfish now. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others. Ask them to subscribe and keep supporting CDP Labs Edu Services. Please do have a good night. Thank you for being here. Goodbye.